And I got corona. What you gonna do?
With mask and vaccine mandates in place across the United States, videos of public outbursts have become commonplace on social media. Some are silly, and some are pretty serious. But they all share a similar psychological makeup.
Well, I call them temper tantrums because I want to distinguish that from just being angry. When an adult is angry, you can speak to somebody, you can tell them what's bothering you. But when you're having a tantrum, it's like a child who doesn't have the words to express what they're feeling.
And I'm tempted when I first see them to just think like it's a personality issue. Like, wow, that is a really difficult person. At the same time, we've learned from decades of research in psychology that we really tend to overestimate the role of the individual and to downplay the role of context when we're trying to understand others' behavior.
The coronavirus pandemic has been incredibly disruptive, leaving many of us experiencing a loss of control in our once ordinary lives.
And there's that feeling of powerlessness often triggers the reverse in us, this kind of extreme effort to exert power and control, and it can show up in ways like really trying to force others to bend to our will, no matter what the cost.
The U.S.'s increasing political divisiveness adds fuel to this fire as people on the other side of the debate turn from neighbors to adversaries.
It activates our tribal mentality, that sense of us versus them. And once that gets activated, then it's really easy to kind of see the people on the other side, or who we assume are on the other side, as less than human.
Come, you little miser! You aren't even human! You're only animal!
And when they regress, they're no longer talking to a waiter or a waitress or a hostess or a steward. They're talking to somebody who represents something else.
Dealing with these situations can be challenging, but there are some tactics that can help de-escalate if you ever find yourself involved.
So in general, it's going to be helpful to present ourselves as non-threatening as possible. So, not, leaning in toward the person, not looming over them, giving them their space.
Be as deferential as you possibly can. You lower your voice. You speak very slowly. You look the person in the eye.
And if the situation seems too much to handle, it's often best to get assistance.
If you can identify the trigger early, as soon as the person is giving you an argument about something that's perfectly reasonable, like you have to wear a mask on an airplane, that's it. It seems to me that should be enough of a message for that steward to withdraw, go to the front of the plane, tell the captain or whoever's in charge.
You have to comply. You agreed to this when you checked into our flight and you bought your ticket. So I need you to come off the aircraft at this time.
Reaching out to the police is an option as well, especially if you feel for your own safety. But police involvement does run the risk of escalating the situation.
Well, then you have to abide by the rules, and you have to have a mask on.
This is a state.
It's not.
Do not touch me. Who do you think you are?
2010, one was this thing.
Back up. Some old lady is getting handcuffed here.
When police get involved, it's not a de-escalating response. Things can get further out of hand. I always like to decide in advance who I want to be before I go into a situation that could be fraught with these kind of risks. So, maybe we can ask ourselves, like, when I go out today, do I want to make the world a place that's a little better or a little worse? Because once we're in the heat of the battle and that ego and anger get activated, it's really hard to slow things down.